Soya milk and tiger nut milk are some of the most nutritious plant-based milk we enjoy. However, unlike soya milk, tiger nut milk does not pass through heat, and so it tends to go bad really quickly, which is why you hardly find it on shelves in supermarkets. Plus, you need a good home blender to be able to do this at home. That is not to say you cannot make and enjoy tiger nut milk without one. Think about how those women who do it commercially manage to keep it preserved for a whole day. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making creamy tiger nut milk that can stay fresh for up to 3 days. So here's some dried aya or tiger nuts. I'm just picking out the stones and dirt from inside because it tends to have a lot of that. Some of the stones even look like the tiger nut itself, so you have to be careful while doing that. After rinsing it like I'm doing, I'm just going to soak it like this and leave it in the fridge for 3 days. It was actually fresh aya I wanted to use for this, but I ended up eating half of it before I was ready to make my tiger nut drink. So to supplement, I got the dried one instead. Also, so that I can see the difference and let you guys know. I'm also going to be using some dates. This is about 20 dates here and a medium-sized coconut. I also left in the fridge until the day I was ready to make my milk. So it's 3 days later and it's the day we get to do this. So I'm just prying open my dates. This is of course to get the seeds out because we don't need that here, and also there's these things inside the dates that I want to get off while washing. And because I forgot to soak them to get them soft the previous night, I'm going to employ hot water to do this for me. So I didn't allow that sit for too long, maybe for about 10 minutes, and I strained out the hot water. You can see that I haven't lost a lot of color, so that means the sweetness is still intact. I tasted the water and it was still fine. Because my dates are still hard, I'm still going to soak them in cold water now, not cold water, room temperature water, and allow it sit for about 30 minutes. After soaking for 3 days, our dry tiger nuts have doubled in size and they are looking like the fresh one, which proves what they say, that the tiger nuts don't come to us fresh, they are only soaked in water. But I still prefer to buy the fresh one. I don't know how they soak it, but somehow it is better than the one I soaked at home, the dried one I soaked at home. So I just measured this out. In case you're wondering, this is 7 cups of tiger nuts, and I'm going ahead to just break my coconut. I don't like coconut water, I don't care for it, so yeah, I didn't use that. I just use it to rinse the coconuts, and then I just cut my coconuts in smaller pieces. And I also put some ginger because apparently ginger helps preserve the tiger nut milk, and you don't have to worry if you don't like ginger, you will hardly taste anything. So after those 30 minutes, our dates are soft and I just added them there and we're ready to go. I'm also taking some ice so I can put it in there after grinding. This will keep it cold and slow down fermentation. So before she started grinding, she washed the engine because everyone knows how highly perishable kunu aya is, and the fact that you don't boil it to kill any bacteria or whatever. So I also took my own drinkable water from home, which was what she used to grind. We used 3 sachets of 50 cl of water. So back home, I have to work fast. It's time to sieve this thing and get the milk out, and I'm using water from the fridge. I added 3 sachets of water in this basin. So this is how I'm going to make sure that my kunu aya turns out creamy. I'm not just going to be doing the regular pour in a cheesecloth and pour water because I might add too much water. But you don't have to use this sieve. If you have a cheesecloth that is sewn into a bag, all the better. I put some ice in there because I realized that this process might take a while and we're not taking chances. Our kunu aya has to stay fresh for 3 days. So after doing it in the first basin, I'm also doing it in the second one. Here I put 2 sachets of water. I also put some ice in there, and I'm just going to do that for a second time so I get all the milk out. This way I don't have to add any extra water, or if I see that there is a need for extra water, I'll just go ahead and add. But the water is more controlled this way. That's what I'm trying to say basically. If you're getting any value from this video, please express that by giving it a thumbs up. And if you've watched up to this point and you aren't yet subscribed to my channel, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and join the family. It will mean the world to me. So I'm done with all of that now, and I'm just going to pass the one I got from the second basin just so I can just get it all together and just get that out of the way. Now I'm just going to use a cheesecloth to strain everything out and get out all the excess chaff that may have gotten into the milk while I was using the sieve earlier. Now, to get out the sediments that I still saw while turning the milk, I've rinsed my cheesecloth thoroughly and I'm just going to strain the milk over it again. And by the time I'm done with this, you'll see that there's actually some of that. If you don't get it out of the way, you might end up tasting it in your kunu aya and feeling like there's sand in it or something. So yes, this is what it looks like. This is what I am talking about. And that is it. That is just it. Look how creamy this thing looks. So if you're looking for an alternative to soya milk that you don't need to add any sugar, go ahead and try this tiger nut milk and don't let its perishability deter you. I just transferred this into plastic bottles and put in the fridge. From experience, putting this in the freezer is not wise. You just need to work with it cold, leave in the fridge, consume within 3 to 5 days, and it will be fresh all that time. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to leave me a comment, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in another video. Take care. Bye.